Some stories don't begin with a meeting, but with a return. They begin in the quiet echo of a place you thought you'd forgotten, with a face you never truly left behind. I almost didn't go. I told myself it was just a room full of ghosts. But my heart was a compass, and it pulled me back to that lake. The hall was a cathedral of memory. Warm light spilled from tall windows, music floated like a sigh, and laughter danced with the ghosts of who we used to be. I moved through the crowd, a polite smile on my face, a universe of distance in my soul. Then I saw him. Across the room, haloed by the golden glow of the window, Ryan. Time, which had been so cruel to everything else, had been gentle with him. It had traded boyish restlessness for a quiet, grounded strength. But his eyes were exactly the same, and they found me instantly. The noise of the room faded into a soft hum. "Emma Hart," he said, and my name in his voice was a key turning in a lock I'd sealed shut years ago. "You look exactly the same." "You always were a terrible liar, Ryan," I replied. And just like that, a decade vanished. We talked, we laughed, but it wasn't the catching up that mattered. It was the rhythm, the effortless, wordless rhythm of two souls recognizing their old song. I noticed the absence of a ring on his finger. A dangerous, hopeful spark flickered in the cold ashes of my heart. When the crowd thinned, he appeared beside me. "Walk with me," he said, "for old time's sake." The night air was cold, the path was dark, but I said yes. We walked. The only sounds were our footsteps on the gravel and the gentle, hypnotic whisper of the lake. "It feels strange, doesn't it?" I asked, "being back here?" "It feels like time stood still," he said, his voice low. "And yet, everything has changed." He glanced at me, the moonlight catching his profile. "Maybe not as much as you think." We found our bench. Our bench. The wood was worn smooth by years and other lovers, but to us, it was a throne of shared history. "Do you ever miss it?" I asked. "The old days?" "Every now and then," he confessed. "But mostly, I miss how simple it felt to be near you." His honesty was a stone dropped into the still water between us. The ripples touched everything. I shared pieces of my life since him, the marriage that became a quiet room, the divorce that was a relief, the loneliness that had a different shape. He listened, not just with his ears, but with his whole being. "I remember everything," he said suddenly, cutting through the night. "What?" "That poem you read about the sky, the way you bit your lip when you were nervous, the sound of your laugh when you truly meant it. I remember you, Emma." The air left my lungs. The world shrank to this bench, this lake, this man. "Ryan." "I know," he said, his own voice thick. "I left. I thought I was chasing a future, but I was just running from the one thing that ever felt real." He turned to face me fully, his gaze unwavering. "I cared about you more than I ever admitted, and not a day has gone by that I haven't wondered, what if?" My hands were cold. My heart was a wild thing. "You were everywhere," I whispered, the truth tearing free. "In every rainstorm, in every bookstore, in every quiet moment. I never forgot. I just learned to live with the ache. The space between us on the bench disappeared. It was just a breath. His jacket was around my shoulders, carrying his scent, a time capsule of warmth. The moon painted a silver road across the water, leading right to us. Life gave us back to each other, he said, his words barely a vibration in the dark. I don't believe in accidents. Not with this. I'm scared, I breathed, the admission raw and true. So am I, he said, but I'm more scared of watching you walk away again. Dawn began to bleed into the sky, streaks of gold and pink, a breathtaking end to our perfect night. It felt like a closing door. He stood, reaching for my hand. His touch was electric, final. This doesn't have to be goodbye. This can be a beginning. I looked at our joined hands, then at the sunrise, then into his eyes that held my past and a terrifying, beautiful future. I didn't pull away. Some loves are not finite. They are deep, underground rivers that run silently through the years. And if you're very lucky, very brave, you get a chance to come up for air, to find the river again, to follow it home. The sun rose, and we did not say goodbye.